Hey you guys, welcome back. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. My name is Anna Simone and I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. So I've never done a story time before. This is gonna be, as y'all can see by the title, why I don't have my 2020 Honda Accord EXL 2.0. Okay, she's not even 2.0, 1.5 I think, car anymore. It really breaks my heart to even talk about this, but I know that I'm just blessed to be here today, so I can't even complain. But I did want to give y'all story time on this so y'all can see really what next steps I'm about to have to do, because I'm carless right now. But let's just hop right into this story time and I hope y'all enjoy. So first things first, this is kind of the background on why I was even in my car for such a long time. So I was going to Louisiana with two of my best friends, Tia and Deja, and we were on our way to Louisiana to visit family and friends. And it was just a little weekend getaway. You know, Corona here, so we really didn't want to be too outside, but we wanted to get away enough so that, you know, we could breathe, get some air. It gets real claustrophobic in the house, okay? I know y'all feel me. So going on Louisiana, it was a great weekend. We were there for like 3 days. So we're coming back. Keep in mind, y'all, where I live, it was about a 7-hour drive to get to Louisiana and a 7-hour drive to get back. I mean, of course, so 7-hour drive to get back as well. So the weather was already kind of sketchy. Y'all know that, like, that weather where you just like, I really shouldn't be on the road, but I'm gonna be on the road just because I need to get home and we're ready to get home. That was the type of weather. So it's raining and I'm letting my mom know we're on the way back, because she just I'm always keeping her updated, especially when I'm on a vacation or I'm traveling, just for safety reasons. So she had been texting me a lot this day, y'all. Like, I don't like, kind of abnormal, you know, like when your mom texting you, but it was like, Mom, I'm good, you know, I'm grown. But y'all, I can't even, that should have been my first red flag. So she'd been texting me, making sure I was straight. She would text me a couple hours, be like, make sure you pull if you get tired, yada yada yada. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. It's 3 of us. We can definitely switch off to get back home safely. So I really wasn't too worried. I'm asleep. I had my friend Deja driving at first. So she's driving back at first in the car. And I just woke up and I just remember it just being like pouring. A little rainfall, not a little drizzle, like a freaking thunderstorm, okay? So I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should pull over. Let's get some gas. We're about to be out anyway. And let's just take our time. Let's see how the weather looks by the time we pull to the gas station. So boom, at the gas station, pumping my gas. You know, if you know, a Honda has really cheap gas, so that's another thing about a Honda. So anyway, I'm filling up the car, besides the point, filling up the car, and I'm starting to drive, because at this point I'm like, we need to get home. We was only about 2 hours into our drive, so I was like, let me see if I can take these next 5 hours back to the crib, you know. So in the car, driving again, weather is bad, y'all. At this point I'm going like 5 miles per hour, like I'm not going anywhere. It was raining so hard, I had to put my hazard lights on. I pulled over a couple times too, just to be safe. You don't ever want to be flying through rain, because you can, I think you can hydroplane in rain, or is that just snow? I don't know, I think you can hydroplane in rain too. So I was just very cautious. It's a new car, okay? So I was not trying to mess anything up. I was like, Mama gonna kill me if I mess this car up. What is this, like 5 hours into the trip now at this point? Taking my time. I'm trying to play some calm music. I'm like, God, just be with me, because I just get real worried when, you know, Mother Nature just does its own thing, okay? Really going really slow at this point, and we're finally about an hour out, I would say. And my mama texted me again, and she was like, y'all good? What's going on? I'm like, yeah, girl, we good. I'm just a little tired. You know, maybe I should have my other friend Sierra drive, because I didn't want to push it. You know, when your eyes start like closing, like my eyes were like closing. I'm not even kidding. I was like, this is not safe. I have someone else in the car. Let me be smart about this. And my friend Tia, she was like, you know, maybe we should pull over. Maybe we should get a hotel room. And I'm like, girl, no, we've been out all weekend. I'm ready to get home. Let's just take our time. So we switched positions. I'm in the back. I'm in the back left seat of the car, and my friend Tia, she's driving, and my friend Deja, she's in the passenger seat. She's driving slow, careful. I just made sure she was doing okay before I fell asleep. This is when everything just went downhill. I'm asleep. knocked out, you know, trying to get my little beauty rest, and I'm in the back of the car, and I just remember closing my eyes, and it just felt like a really bad nightmare. I just felt like the sound that I heard, still to this day, I can't even get the sound out of my head. It just felt like, I mean, it just sounded like metal on metal. It sounded horrible. So I'm asleep, so boom, I wake up, and at this point all I hear is like this loud sound. I'm thinking I'm in a dream, like, girl, just go back to sleep, you know, I mean, stay asleep, you good, you know. But I'm like, no, this is not okay. So I open my eyes. The first thing I do is hit my head on the driver's seat. So that was my first initial reaction. I didn't know what was going on. I just remember waking up and just my head was just everywhere. So I hit my head. Now my head bobbing back in the back of the seat, and all of a sudden the car is just spinning, y'all. Keep in mind, if you've ever been in Texas, you know the highways are huge. You know the highways have toll bridges underneath them. You know the highways are very scary, okay? So if you're out of control in Texas, let God be with you, because that's how I felt. I was just like, God, please stop this car. I just knew that it just gave me chills thinking about it. I just was thinking so much stuff, because this is actually my second car accident, and I just remember feeling so helpless. We're going probably about 70 to 80 miles per hour down the highway, and you just get hit from the back. So we got hit from the back on the left side of the vehicle, and I just remember my friend here, she was just screaming, like she was screaming, and I'm just like, oh my God, there's nothing we can do. All we can do is slam on the brakes, you know, as hard as we can, and just hope that we stop in a safe place on the highway, because the highways are so big. And it's, keep in mind, it's 2 in the morning, okay? 2 in the morning. So, you know, if anyone has not ever told you, drunk drivers be out from like 1 to 5, okay? So that's the times you don't want to be on the highway. Finally stopped, and thank goodness it wasn't raining that hard in Texas. Like, it was just kind of like drizzling, but it wasn't pouring like it was in Louisiana, so it wasn't too crazy. But so we finally got the car finally stopped. We stopped literally right before the side of the median, which in Texas it was like this little bridge, and if you fall over the little bridge, you down on the toll road, okay? I remember feeling like 40 emotions. I don't know if I was sad, happy, grateful, scared, upset about my car being hit. Like, I had no idea. I just knew that once we got the car that we were safe. Let me rewind just a little bit. So all the airbags had deployed in the car. I don't know if you've ever been in an accident, but all the airbags deploy, and if they don't deploy, you know, that's just not good. You want them to deploy. But keep in mind, I couldn't get out the side of my door because my door was caved in from the left side. So I started smelling the gas, and I was like, okay, if this car starts to smell like gas, this car could blow up, God forbid. So I was trying really hard to get out the car. I had to get out on the opposite side, of course, because my door was caved in. So I finally got the car. And the first thing I remember us doing is like hurrying up to put our hazard lights on, because we didn't want anyone else to hit us or anything, to, you know, not see us. It's late at night, people drive crazy. So we're out the car. We looked to see where the other driver was, you know. So I just remember seeing the car. It was on the opposite side of the highway. They had like gone down the little ramp to get off the highway, but had ran directly into a pool, okay? Head straight into a pool. I just was like, what? Like, how did they even get back there? And then I realized we had spun so far down the highway that it was just, everything was a blur. So by the time we got the car, of course, the first thing we do is call the cops. Actually, I was like, let me call my mama. You know, she's waiting on us to get home. I probably should call the cops first, but I had to call my mom. You know, like, that was my first reaction. I knew she was gonna have to come get us. So call my mom real quick, like, Mom, I need you to pull up, okay? Like, she was an emotional wreck, y'all. Like, emotional wreck. I don't even think it hit her that we had been in an accident until I'm like, Mom. She just, like, you know, she had just heard my voice trembling, and she just knew that something wasn't right. A mother's intuition and her texting me that whole night, I just knew that she knew we weren't okay. So the cops pulled up, and the first thing they did, they came to my car, and then they went to the other person's car, and y'all, they pulled up to their car. That person is gone, okay? It was a whole hit and run. Like, they were gone. We don't know who it was, if it was a female, a male, if the car was stolen. Still to this day, there's very little details on the person who hit us, and you know, if the car is stolen, it's a whole different process you have to go through with suing and insurance and all of that. So y'all, it's just gonna be a long process. But the cops were like, they're gone. So they were like on a high-speed chase, y'all. Like, they literally shut down the highway. They like 12 cops had flown past us. It was just crazy. I'm gonna insert pictures so y'all can see the damages of my car. But my car was just ruined, y'all. Ruined. I didn't even think it was that bad until I got off the car, but my car was ruined. So they called the tow truck people. They had to come and get the truck. They had to come and get my car and put it on the little ramp or whatever. And we finally just drove home. I don't think we got home till like 4 in the morning. You know, it just took a long time for everything to get situated, for the ambulance to show up. And my first reaction was, I didn't really feel any pain. I just remember feeling really dizzy, like very dizzy, lightheaded, and that was probably about my only symptoms that I initially felt. So we didn't go to the ER that day. I mean, we didn't go on the ambulance truck that day. We just wanted to get home and get into bed after all of that. So pull up to the house, and of course the first thing I did was call my insurance, make sure that, you know, this was filed, they had a claim report, accident report, all that stuff you need to do to give your insurance. And thank God I do have insurance, because if you are in an accident, you want to make sure that you're insured and you're protected. And that's one thing I'm very grateful for. Their mom had that for me. The next morning, I just remember I could not sleep. I felt like a wreck going to bed that night. I just couldn't. The image and the sound of everything going on, I just couldn't go to sleep. It was like way too much on my mind. So I went to the ER the next morning because my mom wanted to make sure I didn't have a concussion. She wanted to make sure that nothing was bruised. And I remember waking up and my left shoulder was just very sore. Everything happened so fast that I didn't even realize that the seatbelt was on my left shoulder, so I didn't even realize how like painful that and how tight it was actually on me, and that it could have bruised my arm. So I went to the ER. No concussion, thank God, but I did have a bruised shoulder, and I think I have a picture of that because they had gave me a sling and everything just to stabilize my arm, just to make sure nothing else was going to affect my well-being, honestly. Other than that, I'm just thankful that I'm here today. I'm thankful that it's just, you can't take life for granted, okay? And moments like that just make you realize that like you just have to be careful, you have to be aware, and you may not even always be at fault. And that's exactly what I learned. So it's really just about being aware of your surroundings to the best of your abilities, and the rest let God take control of that, because he will handle it for you. So that's my little story time. An update on my car. So my car is total. Damages in my car were more than the cost of my car, so that's great. So now I'm on a hunt for a new car. I can't believe I'm on a hunt for a new car because I just got the car, but it's all good. Things could be way worse, and you know, life goes on. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. If y'all do have any ideas or what type of cars I should be looking at, safe cars, you know, for everything that's been going on, I want a top-notch safe car, okay y'all? So put me on some good suggestions down below. And thank y'all for tuning in today. I hope y'all enjoy. I know it's not the happiest of story times, but I felt like I just wanted to update y'all because the car video on my channel, y'all love that video. So I felt like y'all deserved a kind of like response to that, so y'all weren't thinking, where's your car playlist video, where's your updated tour guide, you know, things like that, because I can't give that to y'all anymore. But we're gonna start fresh and brand new, and we're gonna get into a new car, okay? Thank y'all for tuning in today. I love y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.